Day 798 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 3866, first unique even element. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out the link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. You are given an integer array nums. Return an integer denoting the first even integer, earliest by array index that appears exactly once in nums. If no such integer exists, return -1. An integer x is considered even if it is divisible by 2. All right, y'all, so that may seem simple at first, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples anyway, just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So, in example 1, our input nums equals an array of integers 3, 4, 2, 5, 4, 6. The output is 2. Explanation says both 2 and 6 are even and they appear exactly once. Since 2 occurs first in the array, the answer is 2. So, in this array right here, you can see that we have multiple integers, but we want the ones that are even, and then we want the even numbers that only appear once. So in this case, we see 2 is the even number that appears once, and 6 is an even number that appears once. We choose 2 as our output because it's the first in the array. Since 2 comes before 6, that's why we chose the 2. Now, just in case that didn't make sense, let's take a look at example 2. So in example 2, our input nums equals an array of integers 4 and 4. This time our output is -1. It says no even integer appears exactly once, so return -1. So in this case, we have 2 even integers, but since we only want to find an integer that appears once, we're going to return -1 because both of this 4 appears twice, and that's not what we want. We want a unique even element. So since we want an element that's unique and there are no unique even elements in this array, we return -1. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. The solution is not that difficult at all. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a dictionary that's going to store the frequency of each even number. So we're going to declare a variable, call it dict : square bracket int : int. So the key is going to be an integer and the value is going to be an integer. And we're going to initialize it with parentheses like that. Now for the first pass, we're going to count the occurrence of every even number. So we're just going to say for num in nums, we're going to open up the brackets and we're only going to consider even numbers. So we're going to say if num mod 2 equals 0, then we're going to open up the brackets and we're going to increment this number's frequency. If it doesn't exist yet, we're going to start its count at 0. So we're going to say dict square bracket num comma default : 0. Then we'll come outside of that and we'll say plus equals 1. Boom. Now for the second pass, we're going to iterate through the original array in order, and this preserves the original ordering so we can find the first unique even number. So we're going to come underneath this for loop right here, and we're going to say for num in nums. We're going to open up the bracket, and if this number appears exactly once in the dictionary, it is the first unique even number. So odd numbers are ignored because they were never added to the dictionary. So we'll say if dict square bracket num, come outside of that, equals 1. Equals 1. We'll open up the brackets and we will return num. Boom, and then no unique even number was found. We'll come right here and we'll say return -1, y'all. Boom, that's all she wrote. Let's give it a run. Make sure it runs properly. Okay, so this should be equals, not a colon. So now let's run it again, see if that did the trick. It's accepted, so let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. And look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users. That's what I like. Those are some good numbers right there. That's what I like to see, y'all. So Make sure you get one more look at the code, y'all. And I hope y'all learned something today. And I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.